now to that stunning headline from the White House. President Trump planning to invite Russian President Vladimir Putin to the White House this fall. Now, the president's own top intelligence official was completely caught off guard by this announcement at a forum in Aspen, Colorado. ABC's Terry Moran was right there. Terry, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula. Here at the Aspen Security Forum, which brings national security experts from the Trump administration, previous administrations, the private sector, people were just shocked by this announcement. And it shows that President Trump is just determined here that the reshaping of U.S.-Russia relations, bringing America closer to the Kremlin, is one of his highest priorities, and he's got it on a fast track.
It's great to be with you.
Just 3 days after that historic and unnerving summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin, the White House announcing on Twitter that President Trump has invited Putin to Washington in the fall, and discussions are already underway, catching the president's own director of national intelligence off guard.
The White House has announced on Twitter that Vladimir Putin is coming to the White House in the fall.
Say that again? That's going to be special.
The invitation coming as Director Dan Coates here openly questioned President Trump for having a 2-hour-plus one-on-one meeting with Putin at that Helsinki summit.
I would have suggested a different way, but that's not my role. That's not my job. So it is what it is.
But the president, bristling at all the criticism, says he's been tougher on Russia than any other president in recent history.
Getting along with President Putin, getting along with Russia is a positive, not a negative.
Right.
Now, with that being said, if that doesn't work out, I'll be the worst enemy he's ever had. The worst he's ever had. While details of what the two leaders discussed during their summit remain largely unknown, the White House is now shifting away from President Trump's seeming endorsement of Vladimir Putin's proposal for Russian authorities to question 12 Russian military officers recently indicted by special counsel Robert Mueller, with Americans invited to watch. In exchange, Moscow would be allowed to question American citizens accused of unspecified crimes in Russia. The president seemed enthralled by that idea on Monday. I think that's an incredible offer.
Good afternoon.
And on Wednesday, the White House still not dismissing Putin's proposal.
The president's going to meet with his team, and we'll let you know when we have an announcement on that.
One of the Americans Russia wants to question, former U.S. ambassador to Moscow, Michael McFaul, pleading directly to the president not to let it happen.
My government, I hope, will step up today and categorically swat this back. And when I mean my government, I mean my president of the United States of America.
President Trump's own party slamming this idea.
Naive and absurd.
The Senate passing a rare unanimous non-binding resolution that no American officials should ever be made available to Putin's government for interrogation. Now, about that one-on-one meeting that President Trump had with President Putin, there's only one other American who knows what went on in that room. That's President Trump's translator, Marina Gross. Some lawmakers want to subpoena her to find out what happened. There'd be a huge constitutional battle about that. But there's also an interpreter's code of ethics that it would violate. There's almost a kind of lawyer-client privilege between interpreters and their clients, especially the President of the United States. But this battle, Paula, is going to continue.
Yeah, it's certainly not over. And quite a moment there at the forum. Thank you very much, Terry.
Yeah,
Robin?
obviously he was caught off guard by what was said.